Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To respected panel of AID conference and organizer. My name is Affeiq bin Muhammad Noorizam under supervision of Prof. Madya Dr. Norailis Abdul Wahab, and my study entitled The Role of Green Supply Chain Management Towards Innovation to Promote Talent Development. For the introduction, environmental issues have received considerable attention in the current business environment, with increasing competition and stakeholders' demands. Growing environmental consciousness has increasingly become part of the general corporate culture, which in turn has helped re-engineer corporate strategy, referred to Madu and Madu 2002. This shows that global warming and environmental problems worldwide. Many sectors are required to consider their sustainability in the same times they have to take care of environmental performance by Sarkis and Tamakin 2005. In Malaysia, the manufacturing sector and service sector is the largest contributor to the country's pollution index by Hassan, Ashari and Nordin 2016. As a result, the practice of green supply chain management in this sector is to handle environmental problems has become widespread in terms of the quality of their outputs by Wui and Jailani 2010. The Malaysian Economic Transformation Programme (ETP) also highlighted the advancement of green technology in an attempt to attain the status of a developed country by Yaakob, Aziz, Makmur and Zain 2013. Most of the research has been done over the last decade to examine the effect of drivers on the implementation of green supply chain management practice as companies adopt or initiate the implementation of green supply chain management practice. All the research mostly focusing on the impact of green supply chain management practice on results by Seman et al. 2012. Therefore, many industries have started assessing their supply chain to introduce and enhance environmental sustainability with the aim to achieve the comprehensive competitive advantage. Nowadays, there is an increasing demand from customers for green products and services. Thus, many organizations have been urged by their stakeholders to adopt sustainable development and corporate environmental responsibility within their business activities. The basic objective of strategic competitive advantage in manufacturing supply chain include cost, quality, delivery, flexibility, and innovation by Prof et al. 2001. However, the environmental sustainability performance should also be considered. Despite to make sure the green supply chain management practice are implemented successfully, the idea of innovation towards talent development in the entire supply chain process has to be enhanced as well. This is because innovation is one of the factors that can contribute in the success of the supply chain. For the research background, in today's manufacturing environment, it was observed that most of current environmental activity is in pollution prevention rather than fully coordinated supply chains. And despite its recognized importance in addressing environmental sustainability in the closed supply chain is still far from being an industry norm by Ashby 2018. According to Wang et al. 2004, 40% of water pollution and 80% of air pollution in China are generated by its manufacturing industry. In Malaysia, for instance, there had been an increase in the number of water pollution point source recorded by the manufacturing industry in year 2010 as compared to the year 2006. In fact, the highest composition of water pollution is recorded from the manufacturing industry, where manufacturing industry contributes almost half of the water pollution. according to Department of Environment Annual Report 2006 to 2010. Currently, the rising importance of supply chain management is largely influenced by the degradation of the environment, increased regulation, increased global competition, and value-seeking initiative. As a significant environmental management issue, most companies pay attention to the implementation of their business policies and practice. The greater benefit of the implementation of green technologies in the business operation were realized, which also influence the ecosystem of the organization, including manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and other supporting business such as third-party logistics. As a consequence, the sustainable supply chain management appears as a new systematic environmental solution and has been gradually adopted and practiced by forward-thinking organizations by Du et al. 2014. Most corporations are now worried about environmental aspect as different business practice can lead to a major environmental hazard. The integration of environmental factors into business operation enables business to create long-term principles that are essential for the success of sustainability. This study reviews past research conducted examining the current practice in the area of green supply chain management in Malaysia in manufacturing company and explore the barriers and challenges faced by green supply chain management practitioners, and also the relationship of innovation towards talent development by using green supply chain management practice will also be investigated. For the problem statement, 10MP or the Malaysian government's 10th Malaysia Plan 2011 to 2015 titled Building an Environment that Enhance Quality of Life, focus on environmental issues. The 10MP lays out the steps that must be performed in order to accomplish this above aim that I have mentioned. Only a stable and well-preserved environment can provide the desired quality of life. This challenge must then be solved by the modern managers of today. In addition, corporate social responsibility management should pay more attention to the evaluation of green supply chains social efficiency. Eddy and Rafferty 2014 have proposed that business should write contracts in order to establish relevant provision in the project area that discuss social concerns. Therefore, initiative towards innovation to promote talent development has to be discussed also. Traditional and old approach to end-of-life products, especially in Malaysia and developing countries such as dumping and burning, will result in significant costs and damages to the environment by Ferguson and Brown 2001. Therefore, business organizations need an effective shift in its environmental management from end-of-the-pipe control and treatment of waste by Zhu and Sakis 2006, Hanfield, Sroff, and Watson 2005, Sinding 2000. To clean up the control every stage of the product life cycle by Matos and Hall 2007, Al-Tayyib and Zailani 2009 shows that the level of participation in green supply chain management initiative among Malaysian firms is lower than foreign-based companies. As the use and availability of qualitative software analysis tools grows, so does the confusion over which software is the best for supply chain management research. The data generated from interviews with a representative of the company participating in this research is analyzed using en vivo in this study. So from the en vivo outputs, I have sort all the response into this table, so I can organize all the respond, and I can see clearly the difference between these four companies. So there are 11 responses from the for the first table. There are 11 response from the interviewee which related to green supply chain management. Company that implements the element of green supply chain management the most is more fast. The elements are applying green product quality control, paperless concept, and take care of ecosystem. Thus, green supply chain management practice in this study help manufacturing and service sector companies identify specific green supply chain management practice where changes are needed and activities should be prioritized by other companies. Next, for the innovation table, based on the four companies, improving technology was applied in all the company, as we can see the in the table, and it shows that the innovation has been implemented in their supply chain management for both manufacturing and service sector. As a result of the changing competitive climate, organization innovation is quickly becoming a critical component in a company's survival. Firms cannot achieve a high degree of innovation in a short period of time using this technique, but innovation do imply that they are accepted over time and that they are sustainable. For the last table, talent development, based on four company, there are 24 components of talent development which has been implemented in all the company that participated in the study. Talent development is focuses on the planning, selection, and implementation of development strategies for all or a component of the talent pool to ensure that the organization has a current and future supply of talent to meet strategic objectives, and that development activities are aligned with organizational talent management process. In fact, from industrial perspective, there are 5 main talent development concepts that may assist human resource professionals analysis or create their own talent leadership and career development path. So, previous research on the link between environmental practice and innovation of talent or performance has yield varied results by Zhu and Sakis 2007, Chin Chun et al. 2013, El Tayyib and Zailani 2009, Tritos et al. 2013. Even though the win-win argument has been used to justify the adoption of environmental policies and innovation of talent performance, win-win did not occur in all cases. Zhu, Sakis, and Lai 2012. Green supply chain management methods have been shown in several studies to improve environmental performance by Geffen and Rothenberg 2000. This unclear relationship between green supply chain management adoption and subsequent performance highlights the need for the more research in what other factors might influence these policies and procedures relationship. In addition, the green supply chain management practice in this study helped manufacturing sector companies identify specific green supply chain management practice where changes are needed and activities should be prioritized. Although the short-term economic advantage of the supply chain may not be obvious, a recommendation has been made in this study so that long-term benefit can be obtained, creating a possible win-win situation for environmental conservation and economic gain.